Welcome to a gentle class. We're going to be focusing on trying to open the chest, which means we'll work a lot in the thoracic spine. That part of your spine is between the cervical spine and the lumbar spine. And if we can really create some mobility in that thoracic spine, then you'll be able to bring the shoulders back, open the chest, and elongate the spine. So we'll start in that position, just focusing on lengthening the spine. Bring the thumb and forefinger together and turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Even think about pressing the lumbar spine forward a little bit so you can get a little more length in the entire spine and open the chest. Close your eyes. And we'll do a little centering just to bring you here, bring you now. Prepare yourself to focus on your body. Tuck the chin back slightly. Continue to lift through the spine. Shoulders back, shoulder blades gently pressing towards each other. And we begin to focus on our breath. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling long and completely. Noticing that with the chest nice and open, you can take those breaths much deeper into your body. And if you're not used to using the diaphragm, maybe you're more of a chest breather, then you may want to take your right hand, put it on your chest, left hand, put it on the diaphragm, the tummy area. And as you inhale, feel the diaphragm press your left hand out. And then as you exhale, feel the diaphragm sink back into your body. Inhaling deeply, fully. Exhaling long. A couple more at your own rate. You can even count your breath. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. One more round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And open your eyes. Try to practice that breathing several times during the day. There's a lot of benefits, especially in this time period, to improve your immunity through your breath. Oxygenating your body is the number one benefit to your immune system. So if you can practice and begin to elongate that breath, going from the 4 count that we did up to 5, up to 6, keep practicing. Maybe you can get to 10. Nice long breaths in and a 10 count out. And that's going to go a long way towards creating more oxygen in your body. All right, back to our program. You're going to sit up nice and tall. You're going to take the arms out to the side at a 45-degree angle. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. You should feel the shoulders, the chest, the shoulder blades really set like a cap over the rest of your body, reaching out through the fingertips. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to take our head over to the left, reaching through the right fingertips, feeling the stretch going down the neck, over the shoulder. And inhale back to center. And exhale, take the head over to the right, reaching especially through those left fingertips. Breathing. And inhale back to center. Let's bring the arms in front of you. We'll do a little chest expansion. Inhaling the arms out. Turn the palms up. Open the chest. Lengthen the spine. Exhale. Bring those hands back to center. Inhale. Open. Gently squeezing shoulder blades towards each other. Chest is open. Feel that stretch. And exhale back to center. One more inhale, open the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, lifting the spine, and exhale back to center. Now we're going to go back to arms extended out to the side, 45-degree angle. Let's keep the right hand extended, fingers spread nice and wide. The palm is facing forward. You're going to put your left hand over the right part of your chest, and we're going to try to stretch the chest. So be careful, be aware that you're not feeling this stretch from the front of your shoulder, that you're feeling it more in the chest. Lengthening the spine. Inhale as you take that right arm back, and just gently, gently pull the chest a little bit with that left hand. Breathing. And come back to center. We're going to stretch the left hand out. Now right hand goes over the left side of the chest. Inhale, let's take that left arm back. Again, trying to feel the stretch from the chest, not from the front of the shoulder. Lengthening the spine. And gently, 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 slightly pull on your chest towards the right. And inhale and come back to center. Now we're going to take the arms behind us, do a little hip opening as well. You decide how you want to make this move. You might just take your arms behind you, grab opposite forearms or elbows. If you're a little more open in the chest, in the shoulders, you can interlace the fingers and stretch the arms out behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhaling, lengthen the spine, engage the core. And as you exhale, you're going to start leaning forward. Now this is not a rounding. You're not allowing the shoulders to roll forward. Keep those shoulders pressed back, the chest open, and you press forward. So you may not be able to go quite as far with that straight spine. Breathe. Let's inhale and come back up. And on the exhale, if you have your hands in mudra, interlaced, stretch those hands out behind you. Lean forward. If you're holding on, opposite forearms or elbows, just focus on that length in the spine, keeping the shoulders pressed back. And inhale and come up. We're going to do a little seated cat-cow, so you're going to take your feet a little wider than your hips. And we're going to start, maybe bring the feet in just a little bit, your choice if you want your cushion underneath you or release it. Hands just below the knees. Roll the shoulders back and down. Let's inhale, lift the spine, gently pull your chest like you're trying to pull it between your knees. Then exhale, round the back, pull the navel towards your spine, stretching the arms. Inhale, let's lift. Exhale and round. Inhale, lift. Exhale and round. We're going to inhale and lift. You can continue with 3 more of these if this is feeling good, or you can make it a little bigger. We're going to take a nice deep inhale. Maybe bring your fingertips onto the floor, shoulder blades down your back. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Try not to bring the shoulders up. And then as you exhale, the hands come in front of you and you lean back. A little more work for the core. Going back, if you choose, to your hands below your knees. Inhale and lift that spine. Open the chest. Exhale and round the back. Inhale one more time. Lift the chest. Let's hold here, feeling that opening sensation all the way across the chest. Make sure that spine is lifted. And then exhale and around the back. And inhale, come forward. Your feet to one side. We're going to come over onto our hands and knees. Maybe grabbing a blanket if, depending on the surface you're on, you might need a little cushioning. We're coming to a 4-point pose. And we're going to do a little cat-cow just to loosen up the whole spine just a little bit. Starting with your body in a neutral position, let's turn the inner elbows forward. As you do that, you feel those shoulder blades press down into your back. As you exhale, you're going to round the back. Nice big cat pose. Then inhale and curve the spine the other way. Tailbone up, chest lifts. Exhale, round the back. Inhale and lift the chest and the tailbone. Exhale one more time, round the back. And inhale. Lift into your cow pose. Come back to a neutral position. We're going to come up onto our knees. I'm going to do a little 4-part shoulder roll. You have the option of staying here on your knees if you want a little stretch for the knees, for the legs, then go ahead and sit back. If this becomes uncomfortable, you can always come up onto your knees. Or you can use a cushion or a rolled up mat behind your knees, or even a block underneath your bum to take some of the pressure off the knees, still get that good stretch. Arms down alongside your body. As you inhale, you're going to bring the shoulders up and press them back. On the exhale, you're going to press them down and then roll the shoulders forward. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, press down. One more this direction. Inhale, coming up and back. Exhale, down and forward. Now we're going to reverse it. Inhale, roll back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. In and up. Exhale, roll forward and down. Inhale, roll back and pull up. Exhale, roll forward and down. And last one. Inhale, roll back, opening that chest. Pull the shoulders up. Exhale, roll forward and down. Let's take that cushion off to one side. We're going to come into a child's pose, pressing the hips back towards the heels. Let's stretch the arms out overhead. Try and take the forehead to the floor. If you find that the forehead doesn't come to the floor easily, you might grab a cushion or a block, put it underneath your forehead, just so you can let the head relax, let the neck relax, and breathe. take the hands out just a little further and turn the fingers out slightly with the fingers nice and open, doing a little striking cobra. You're going to inhale and come forward. We're going to pause here in a modified plank position as you exhale. And then being careful of your back, this early in the class especially, take the hips down, maybe just a little bit, maybe further. Lengthening from the heels, feel that stretch up the backs of your legs, up the spine, out through the top of your head. Exhale, you're going to press back into your child's pose. Inhale, come forward, pausing again, modified plank. Exhaling as you pause. Inhale, hips press down towards the floor, shoulder blades press down your back, lengthening the spine. And exhale, press back. Inhale forward, pause as you exhale, and inhale, lift. Exhale and press back. Stretch the arms out. We're going to a downward dog. So if you know you have issues with shoulders, with arms, with wrist, you may opt for a modified downward dog, which is to just simply come forward so your hips are straight over your knees, and you stretch the arms out overhead, pressing chest and forehead towards the floor. If you want to go full downward dog, you start in child's pose. This is a great measure for the distance between the feet and the hands. Inhale, shift the weight forward, tuck the toes under. Take the bum up towards the ceiling. And then just zero in on that pose, feeling the knuckles pressing into the floor, the stretch from the hands up to the armpits, and the stretch from the armpits to the tailbone that points up towards the ceiling, and then a nice long stretch down the backs of your legs to the heels that are pressing towards the floor. Breathe. And then from here, we're going to walk our feet to our hands to your feet. If you're in a modified position, find your way up onto your feet and come into a forward bend. So if you have any issues with the lower back or even with just bending forward, you can place your forearms on your thighs, interlacing fingers, and let the torso hang. If you feel comfortable just letting the arms dangle, then release them from your thighs. You can grab opposite forearms or elbows and just let the torso hang. There should be a slight bend in the knees. We're trying not to hyperextend the legs. Slight bend in the knees protects the backs of the knees, the hamstrings. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to roll up slowly, slowly. You can use hands on your thighs for a little support. All right, we're going to do a little side bending. That's good for opening that thoracic spine area. Bringing the arms up as you inhale. You should feel the shoulders down, shoulder blades down your back. As you exhale, keep those arms in line with your ears and lean over towards the right. Pressing especially into that left foot. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let's lean over to the left. Inhale back to center. Let's grab onto your left wrist. And as you exhale, now we're going to lean once again over to the right, gently pulling on that wrist so you open that left side just a little more. Inhale, back to center. Grab onto the right wrist. Exhale, and lean to the left. Gently pulling, lifting as you press that right foot into the floor. And inhale and come back to center. Exhale. So you're going to take, just widen your feet or turn to the side on your mat. We're going to take the right foot and turn it out straight. The left heel is going to press back. The left toes turn in. You're going to start with a triangle pose, a little modification to feel the openness in the chest in this pose. Just place your right hand right here in this crease where the leg and the hip meet. And let's bring the left hand onto your shoulder. Now you can feel that chest open, and you want to keep that sensation as we move. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to press with your right hand into that hip crease, tilting over towards the right, keeping that left shoulder back. Chest is open. Once you've gone as far as you can, you might opt to bring that arm up. If you have any issues with your shoulder, you can put your hand on your lower back. That also encourages this opening in the chest. And then you can stretch the right arm down towards the floor. Breathe. Make sure your head is not sagging. It should be nice and long, extending straight out from the spine. And inhale and bring yourself all the way back up. Let's pivot the feet the other direction. Taking the left hand, putting it in that hip crease. Right fingertips on your shoulder. Feel that chest opening. Spine lifting. Inhale. Exhale, press into that hip crease on the left side as you tilt towards the left. Take your option on this side, stretching the arm up, or bringing it to your lower back, or just leave it on your shoulder. And then stretch the left hand down to the floor. Breathe. Let's inhale, bring yourself all the way back up. And we're going to pivot our feet around the other way. We're going to start in warrior two. So same position with the feet as we used in our triangle pose. Right foot points straight out, left toes turn in, bring the arms up, and bend that right knee. So we have some opposites going on here. We have the feet pointing to the right, but the chest is going to turn around to the left. This movement is not coming from the shoulders. It's coming from the torso, that midsection, your thoracic spine. A little twist for that area. Let's look out and over your right fingertips. Just playing around with this pose, seeing how deep you can go. Making sure this right knee presses back. If you're having trouble getting it back, it wants to turn in. You might turn the toes out to the right just a little bit more. Breathe. Feel that openness in the chest, this solid feeling in that thoracic area of your back. And from here, we're going to lean over into a side bend. So you have an option for that left hand. Bring it to your shoulder or bring it to your lower back. We're going to make sure that left shoulder presses back and the chest is open. Also make sure that you're not sagging down into that support leg. You want to lift the left ribs up towards the ceiling so you can easily remove that right arm. And breathe. Pressing both feet into the floor as you inhale. You're going to come back up, and you're going to turn your feet around the other direction. Inhaling the arms up, Bend. That left knee is pointing towards your toes. Once again, on this side, if the knee wants to come in, then you turn the toes a little bit out to the left. Stretching the arms out, feeling this twist at the thoracic spine area as the legs go one way and the torso moves to the side. Look out over your left fingertips. Breathe. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to lean over, placing your left forearm on your thigh. Options for your right hand: hip, shoulder, lower back. Let's make sure that right shoulder presses back and the chest opens, lifting the right ribs towards the ceiling. And breathe. On your next inhale, let's come all the way back up. Turn the toes so they point forward, and do a little heel to toe, bringing them back to the center. Come to the front of your mat. Take a nice deep inhale, the arms come up. And as you exhale, you're going to fold in half. Let's place the fingertips on the floor or on your shins, and you're going to inhale and bring yourself up, your torso up, lengthening the spine. And exhale, fold in half. Bend your knees so you can get your hands on the floor. We're going to step back with the right foot, and then the left foot, so you're in a downward dog just briefly. And then bring the knees down. And come on up onto your knees. You're going to do a little gate pose. You're going to stretch the right leg out. Turn the toes so they point forwards. You're going to take the left arm, stretch it out. Take a nice deep inhale. On the exhale, let's lean over to the left, bringing fingertips to the floor. If you find it hard to reach down there, grab a block, grab a cushion, a pillow, whatever you have there at home, and put it underneath that hand. Now the tendency here is to be rolled forward. Let's put your right hand on your shoulder, and we're going to bring that shoulder back and try and press the hips forward slightly. You can stay right here. Place your hand on your hip, on your lower back. If you want just a little more, you take that arm up and over, reaching, breathing, trying to keep the head, the neck, lengthening as an extension of the spine, not allowing it to hang down. And breathe. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up using those core muscles. Let's bring that leg in. If you're using a prop, move it to the other side. And we're going to stretch that left leg out to the side. Spine is nice and long. You're going to stretch that right arm out. Inhale. Exhale, let's bring it down. And your choice for your hand on the hip, left hand on your lower back, fingertips on your chest, just to give you that sensation of opening through the chest. And if you want that extra stretch, then reach the arm out. Breathe. On your next inhale, bring yourself all the way up. And we're going to bring that leg in and find your way down onto your stomach. A little bit of work for the spine. First of all, doing just a slight little lift. We're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, elbows tucked in, shoulder blades down the back. Let's lengthen the back of the neck. Bring the forehead to the floor. Nice little stretch for the neck. pressing the pubic bone and the legs into the floor. As you inhale, you're going to lift up slightly, feeling length from the tailbone out through the top of your head. Then see if you can lift the hands off the floor, squeezing shoulder blades together. And bring the hands down. Let's take the forehead to the floor one more time. And as you inhale, you're going to lift up just a little bit and lift the hands. Breathing. Bring the hands down as you exhale. Forehead comes to the floor. And one more. Inhale. Gently pressing up. Lift the hands. And bring the hands down. And the forehead comes down. You're going to take the hands back behind us. So you have some options here depending upon your back. You might keep the tops of the hands on the floor for a little support. You might bring the arms straight back behind you. And the third option is to interlace the fingers. Taking a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift the torso up, reaching back with the hands, or if the tops of the hands are on the floor, gently pressing into the floor. Breathe. And release. Another nice deep inhale. As you exhale, press those shoulder blades down your back. Lift the torso. Reach. And release. One more time. Inhale. Exhale and lift. And release. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. You're going to press yourself up. And we're going to go back, sit on our heels or come up onto your knees. Just taking a little break here. Inhaling the arms up, interlacing the fingers. Turn the palms towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, twist around to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back to center. And release. Okay, the last one is a little supported posture that we borrow from restorative yoga. We're going to start with our left side down. You're going to grab, might be a cushion, a pillow, a rolled up blanket. And you're going to lie on your left side. And you want to position this prop so it's on the muscle right there below your armpit. So it's not up in your armpit. It's below the armpit. And you're going to stretch the left arm out. So if you find this is uncomfortable for your neck, you might grab another pillow, another prop, and put it underneath your head. Otherwise, let the head just kind of rest on your arm. And see if you can stretch the legs out. And then you have an option. You can stay right here. You can bring your fingertips to your right shoulder, or you can stretch that arm out and over. So you're getting a little bit of a side bend, but also a nice stretch through these muscles right underneath the armpit, through the thoracic spine area. And breathe. This is a position that you can hold for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Very beneficial to that center of your spine. We're just going to hold this today for about 10 breaths. And let's bring that right arm up and over. You're going to bend your knees, press yourself up, take your prop to the other side, and lie down on that prop. Again, making sure it's not up in your armpit, it's below the armpit. Stretch. And that right arm out, resting your head on your arm, on a pillow, on a block. Starting with the legs extended and the arm alongside your body. And then you can bring the hand maybe to your shoulder. Or if the shoulder is open enough, stretch that hand out overhead. And breathe. And you're going to bring that arm up. Again, bend the knees. Press yourself up. And the last one is for opening the chest, the thoracic spine a little more. You're going to lie down on your prop. When you lie down, you want to make sure that the top of whatever you're using doesn't go above the shoulder blades. It should be below the shoulder blades. You're going to lie back, opening the arms out to the sides. Another nice restorative posture for opening the midsection, your chest. If this doesn't feel comfortable, then you just roll to one side, come on up. Maybe just go flat onto your back, or find something a little less thick. If it feels really good, you might even opt to put something a little higher underneath your back so you get that opening in the chest. Just make sure you're not feeling this in the front of the shoulders. It should be the chest that's opening up. Remembering these last three postures being restorative, you can hold them for a number of minutes. We're going to move towards our final position, our Shavasana. So if you're feeling nice and comfortable in this position, supported, just stay right here, do your Shavasana with your prop. If you prefer to go flat on the floor, then you bend the knees, roll to one side, and lift just enough so you can remove that prop and come back down onto the floor. Bringing the arms down alongside your body. Tuck the chin slightly. Let the feet and the legs relax. Let the shoulders relax. Palms should be facing the ceiling. It's this little movement of turning the palms up that allows the shoulders to roll back. And if you separate the hands from your torso, they'll roll back just a little more. Again, opening the chest as you lie here in your Shavasana. Close your eyes. And as we started class, we focus on our breath. Feeling the diaphragm lift as you inhale. And exhale, feel it sink back into your body. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just twist the wrists and the ankles. You're going to bring your arms up overhead, reaching through the fingertips, through the toes. This time feel your lumbar curve lifting off of the floor. And exhale and bring the arms down, knees come to your chest. We're just going to roll to one side, press yourself up, and come to a seated position. Using whatever props you might need for that seated position, maybe a cushion or a blanket underneath your bum. Lifting the spine nice and long, shoulders roll back and down. See how different this might feel from the way we started class. Chest a little more open, shoulders pressed back a little more. This is more of what you should feel, trying to keep your chest open so you can breathe. Hands to your heart center. Taking a couple breaths. Namaste. Thank you all for coming, and I hope you see me in the future. Thank you.